Wuthering Waves is in a rough spot right now for JP. So bad in fact that on 5chan there are some people already saying the game is dead in Japan. I just did a video about the outrage in the JP community regarding Jiyan's signature weapon, the Verdant Summit. So watch that video first before watching this one to see why JP was in such a rage. The rage was so bad in fact that some people are going so far as to contact Consumer Affairs Agency in Japan about pursuing legal issues. And on May 29th they released a statement addressing the issue with the compensation written to sound like all JP was going to get for this huge blunder was 160 astrite. This only infuriated the JP playerbase even more. And I agree as well, 160 astrite is not nearly enough. And at the end of my video I said that I don't know what Kuro should do. If that was everything, 160 astrite would have been a huge slap in the face to their players. That isn't the Kuro Games that I know. Well, at 11:39 PM, May 30th, the official Twitter account for Wuthering Waves released a follow-up announcement. Dear Rovers, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused by the incorrect description of the 5-star weapon Verdant Summit. Compensation has already been distributed via in-game mail. Although the incorrect description has been corrected, we have decided to address this issue individually for each affected rover. If you meet the following conditions, please submit your application through the inquiry form below, and then they show a link to the inquiry form here. The application deadline is until August 30th, 2024, midnight. So a 3-month time window for people to apply. And the application conditions are as follows. Rovers who were affected by the translation error and obtained the 5-star weapon Verdant Summit before May 29th, 2024. We appreciate your continued support of Wuthering Waves. So how did JP react? Simply put, overwhelmingly positively. Looking through the replies, I couldn't really find anyone that was saying that it wasn't enough or that they were unhappy with the response. This time around anyway. Like I said, that first one with 160 astrite, woof. This time, however, in most of the responses, they were saying things like kami une, which literally means godly developers. The word god being used in this instance is much like the way that we used legend in English. Like, this guy right here is a legendary content creator. I need to subscribe to him right away. He has so many videos about the JP perspective on things. What a legend. Anyway, those were the replies, but if you want to find what people really think, it's best to look at the quote retweets. So how about there? From initial look of things, the response is much the same. Everyone seems to be really happy with the response. This was the response people were waiting for. Opening up to their players, giving them an avenue to contact them to request how they would like to be compensated. Actually talking to them on a case-by-case basis really deepens the connection to their player base and is the best thing they could do to heal the damage in their relationship. And as I said at the beginning of this video, Wuthering Waves is in a really tough spot right now in Japan. With the rocky release plagued by bugs and lag issues, a plethora of jargon and difficult to read kanji putting off many players, Wuthering Waves was all the way down at rank 14 in the charts for mobile gaming on Google Play Store in Japan as a result. It really wasn't looking good at all. But since this response, it has since started to rise a little and is now sitting at 5. Still not number 1 as it was on the initial launch day, but better than what it was. As I said in my previous video, Wuthering Waves really needs to nail down these translation issues. These are the things that will make or break this game in Japan. And if these kinds of issues continue, Wuthering Waves risks being written off as a terrible game in the eyes of the Japanese player base. Which would be a shame. It's really not a bad game. It deserves a fair shot. I just wish they would stop handicapping themselves at every corner. As it stands, Kuro Games has managed to claw back victory from the jaws of defeat. But if something like this happens again, I don't think the JP is going to give them a second chance. Not another one. Kuro Games, you really need to focus on the localization issues just as much as the bugs. I don't know who you're hiring to do this, but they are clearly not up to the task. Maybe it's just a matter of them being tired and overworked, in which case, hire more people. And hire proofreaders too, because you cannot rely on the translators to get everything down perfect. Speaking from experience, it's very easy for translators to overlook typos and other mistakes. You got this second chance, but I don't think you'll get a third. Either way, I'll be keeping an eye on this situation to see how JP reacts to Wuthering Waves going forward. So if you want to know more, make sure to subscribe, because I have more videos like this coming in the future. Also, liking and commenting really goes a long way for this channel, so if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. So until next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace.